So there's not a problem for him. But let's have a look at how they line up for the 4th race of the weekend. Rob Fountain, former champion on pole. Andy Bird, current championship leader after yesterday, alongside then Nathan Anthony and Ollie Schlupp. Dan Pooley and Max Popolushko next up from Stephen Traherne and Nick Bridgman. Row 5, Nick Price and Jack Parker. Jamie Moylan, the rookie over from Ireland, well, he's a rookie to the UK Championship. Mark Beattie next to him on row 6. 7th row, Tyler Reid, front runner in the championship, with Mike Schlupp on row 8, Chris Needham and Luke Simmons on the next row, with Robert Barrable and Peter Barrable, and all Barrable brothers row. Following them, reigning champion Will Gibson, then Matt Knight and Dylan Woodcock. Brent Bowie down from Scotland, he's next up from Harry Marcel. Reigning Elite Cup champion Connor Mills on row 12. Toby Broom making his Legends Cars debut here, ex-Alfa Romeo driver. Ben Mahoney next to him, the stuntman. Eric Boulton, should have a U in it, B-O-U-L-T-O-N, is next up. And Jay Nijjar completes the lineup, another rookie. I've seen Eric Bolton written down that way a few times, so I think it's an honest mistake to make. But used to race, viewers might know him from Ginetta back in the day, raced in Ginetta Super Cup, done a bit of pickup truck racing as well. And great to welcome him to the Legends Cars, who are on a rolling start, so that keeps us in really good order, doesn't it? Getting the grid done just as they come into the Roberts chicane.
Very nice. Right, I'm looking forward to this one, so sit tight and let's see the chaos ensue.
Oh, don't. There were no incidents at all last year in Legends Cars race. Clean racing, wasn't it, all the way through. Andy Bird in white and black with the green numbers. Rob Fountain, the 2000 champion, in white and orange. Nathan Anthony in the yellow van on the inside of row 2. And they're already breaking ranks. Dan Pooley in the silver grey car looking down the inside. But it's Rob Fountain that leads them into Redgate first time, with Andy Bird looking for the burn up round the outside. This is the worrying moment when they go into Redgate. We've got yellow lights there already. Can't quite see why. They've all made it round there. When it's smooth through turn 1, usually the problems can happen in any formula on corner 2. A little bit of a wobbly moment there for Fountain, but it's Andy Bird that's got away in lead position.
Wow, look at that big front right lock-up, that wasn't it? And that was quite a hard one. That, to be fair, I did think there'd be a lot more chaos than that, but everyone seems like they're cracking on.
Yeah, I think the race director and clerk of the course has probably read the riot act to them. They know they've got to be all well aware that they need to try and get this race going, but the adrenaline will start to flow, and Andy Bird has had a very good start to the season so far, with 3 different winners yesterday, which has been uncharacteristic. There in 44 is the young Irishman Jamie Moylan, who got tagged off by Jack Parker yesterday. Lost the race, the second race, but has still emerged in 5th in the championship and top of the team cars. That's Rob Fountain over. A little tag, over goes the car, and that will be certainly safety car, if not a red. And end of race for Rob Fountain. The running in the Masters category, Rob, from Boston in Lincolnshire, was one of the very early day drivers in the championship, with his brother Chris, who was equally as quick as Rob, and won back in the Old Spice Legends Cars days, won the championship in some really, really strong competition. So safety car being scrambled so that we can give the best of attention.
I can see a red.
That's a red, isn't it? Yeah, understandable. So that we can make sure that Rob Fountain is okay. Runs the trailer business in Boston. Lovely guy, Rob, and a very quick racer.
Yeah, it's a real shame that these cars, obviously the wheels and tyres are just protruding, and you can really get caught up like that.
I was going to talk about the 321 car we saw. There's a message that we've got the red flag, but the 321, if we can see, it's Dylan Woodcock. He's involved in the stunt industry. As his dad Lenny is. They share the car. You can share a car over the course of seasons for Legends Cars, and had a really nice natter with Dylan yesterday, and ginger hair, ginger beard, and this, that and the other. And because he's involved in the movie industry, we'll show you the car in a minute. Let's just looking through the field running through, and maybe come back to the story about it. I think it's Jamie Moylan going through. Tyler Reid, he's in the top 3 of the championship, goes through in the red 6. Lightning McReed, they call him, because of the livery now. There's Connor Mills in 19, the defending champion. And they'll probably form up on the grid, but you'll know from Legends that we've got to have the rolling start again, should we restart it. I suspect with time pressures that might be it. They might get sent back, and maybe we'll get some sort of final race of the day a little bit later on.
Yeah, let's see what happens with that. There's just let's see what goes on, but I think you're right. I think with it being a 10-minute race and only 8 minutes left, and the time constraints we've got, it might be a case where we just put these cars to one side, but let's just hope everybody's okay in that one. It looked pretty big, that.
Here's Dylan that I was talking about. As I say, works in the movie industry, stuntman. He's training to get his 6 tickets. Stuntmen can do 6 disciplines. So at the moment he's training. Trampolining was one, and was it judo the other one that he's so he's doing? He's got the car one ticked off because he races cars.
Yeah.
He's done bikes. He's actually a world motocross rider as well, supercross rider. But anyway, big ginger beard, ginger hair, good old mop of it, unlike me. Before we get there, and his next role, he's also a film double. And his next film role, his last one was like as a Viking, which is great because of the ginger hair and everything else. Next role, he's got to shave everything off. So when we see him at Brands Hatch, he's going to have no hair. And I said, welcome to the bald community. Oh.
Wow. That's interesting about the disciplines that you have to have. I know a few stunt people who they've got, like, they can horse ride, they can do, all kinds of different things. It's 3 that you need, isn't it, like you say?
He was saying 6.
Oh, really?
So I think he's doing scuba as well.
That's crazy.
I haven't got scuba.
No, I haven't got a scuba either. Scuba diver. Yeah, that's impressive. That I know a few people are doing the stunts, and like you say, the disciplines to get one's hard. Yeah, shows you how talented these people are.
And a lovely fella, really grateful for the generous chat yesterday. Really lovely to talk to him. And Ben Mahoney, who was the car that we saw before him, towards the back. Ben is on his rookie meeting. He's in the number 17. I remember correctly, as a rookie, and another stunt driver who's not stunt driver. He might do some stunt driving, but does the wires, Ben Mahoney. When you see people flying in, I'm not saying he's done the Harry Potter film, but like that sort of film where you see people flying and all that sort of stuff. So he rigs that sort of effect.
Wow, fair play.
Ben Mahoney in 17. Welcome to the championship, Ben. Lovely to see you. We're looking at Andy Bird and Dan Pooley. Dan got points yesterday because he prepares cars as well. And I read the judicial. I was telling you earlier on, wasn't I, that it was I was preparing a car. I couldn't make it onto the
there's some excuses, but that's brilliant. What you can imagine it is, so we've got very close-knit community, this. So Marshall's now probably under orders to tell them they need to get cars off the grid.
Looks like
I think they're trying to get these.
Away, aren't they?
Yeah, they're getting these cars off. They're getting them out the way. They're not going to restart this.
That's a shame. No, it's a shame. And Andy Bird will be a little bit gutted. A for Rob Fountain, but B for himself having a decent lead. Dan Pooley and Nick Price, Dan Pooley's other driver, getting a top 10 yesterday. So well done, Nick, for that. And Dan getting back in the top 10 as well. The drivers have been around in Legends a couple of seasons now, and you see that if you work at it, you can get the results. It's not always a formula that you come in and gel with straight away. Cars going away.
Yeah, just getting them out of the way, aren't they? And that is a horrific. Please tell me, are you joking?
There's Rob.
Are you joking me? That is a miracle.
The cars are built like that. They've got
Richard. Richard, that is a miracle of miracles, mate. I'll tell you this now. I feared the worst. That is a miracle. The energy, the energy that was in that car, frightened me.
I don't want to play it down,
mate.
Far from me to play it back, but I've been lucky enough to be around the Legends a while, and I've seen some nasty ones. Do you remember John Mickles' one that we showed on? I was
about to say John Mickles
last year.
As spectacular.
Yeah, and they are, with the amount of cars that have been built and raced over the years, and remember this year is the 30th season of Legends racing in the UK, they are extremely strong, and it's great to see Rob walk here. He will go to the medical centre to get checked. He's going to be shaken up, as indeed Burt Webster was yesterday in the minis.
I've just got to say, you're going to see something which I know he upset me. This was a big hit. This was, but Rob, I don't know. They're all bump drafting. Does he gets squeezed?
Yeah, Nathan in the yellow and blue.
Oh, my word! And look, I tell you, Richard, honestly, mate, that is really. I've not seen anything like that with that much energy and for a long. How he is walking is Rob, like, mate. That's unbelievable. I'm so happy his family or anybody watching that knows him can see that he is okay from the outset. That was horrific to watch, absolutely. As a driver, Richard, I know when you stop that fast, mate, the energy, that just shows you how amazing these legends are put together. The John Mickle crash at Cadwell was exactly like that, wasn't it? The energy just gets dissipated. That's a miracle of a miracle. I can't get my breath. Unreal.
When you have, we have 40, 50 races a year for them, and I've been involved for a good few years, so I've seen quite a few, and it's not a regular occurrence. We're talking about John and I remember Jean-Philippe Deyroux doing one, and a guy called Carl Higgins having one. Carl Turner having one a while ago. So you do see them you know, occasionally, and I have seen people, you know, get away. He will be checked over. He's going to be dazed. He's going to be bruised, and they'll pop him away to the local hospital, as they did with Albert Webster yesterday in the Fiestas, just to check him over, make sure all is okay. But they're never nice to see, are they? Which is why I went quiet.
No, exactly,
when it happened.
mate. Exactly. You've got to be professional with it, and I was very concerned just from the angle, and he was knocked out straight away, wasn't it? But there was a lot of bump traffic, wasn't there? And Anthony was involved, wasn't he, in the yellow van? Yep,
that's it. Yeah, just behind the sort of silver greeny fleck car, so moved over.
Oh, do you know, that's unfortunate. He probably just didn't know how close he was. That's the one that concerned me. That hit, and then the frontal hit. That is, and it looks like he was actually knocked out. But as soon as I seen it, and like, you know, we work with professional ITV sport people, for them to get away from that as quick as they did was fantastic. And we, just so everybody knows at home, we were being asked by our director, do we want to see the replay? So that was our call to show you that replay, and I think it's a good thing for people to see that and see that you can see that people are absolutely fine. But that was just, I've not seen anything like that for a long time, and yeah, really amazing scenes there, and yeah, he's walking about.
That's great news.
Second attempt, their earlier race was red flagged, and they're all mighty relieved that no one was seriously hurt, and they're all set to go again. So let's go back to Paul O'Neill and Richard Johnley.
Thank you very much, Steve. I've got to rocket through this grid. Obviously, Rob Fountain hurt earlier on, so not with us. Andy Bird on the front row from Nathan Anthony and Ollie Schlupp. Daniel Pooley and Max Popolescu on row 3. Stephen Traherne and Nick Bridgman on row 4. They're followed by Nick Price and Jack Parker, then Jamie Moylan and Mark Beattie. Tyler Reid and Mike Schlupp next up from Luke Simmons. The Barrable brothers on row 9. 10th row, Will Gibson, reigning champion. Matt Knight next up from Dylan Woodcock. Harry Marcel. A couple of gaps with drivers that have had to drop out, sadly. Connor Mills is with us, though. He's on row 12 in the number 19 car. Toby Broom, Alpha Racer, as we mentioned in the first start. Ben Mahoney next up from Eric Bolton, and Jay Najjar at the back, ready to get stuck in as well.
Mate, that was the quickest grid I've ever seen.
Well, they're here, aren't they, ready to go? Yeah, it's,
right, crack on then.
Very average timing on my part. So Andy Bird, he was frustrated. He had a good lead, didn't he, on the first one, and he's got behind him Ollie Schlupp, the young charger who came into the championship recently. So a rookie, and he's getting ready to bump draft him, isn't he, down the straight once we get going. He's young Ollie Schlupp with Nathan Anthony, Masters champion. That's for the over 40s next to him. We go Legends Cars Racing again here at Donington Park, which in the past has seen some terrific finishes. Ollie Schlupp goes to the outside. It's Andy Bird in white black with green trim who leads them into Redgate for the first time. Nick Bridgman in blue gets turned around the light blue 68 car, and they go like skittles all off onto the gravel. That could be a safety car, but they're all trying to keep going. Look at that, we've got dust being kicked out. We'd have welcomed dust, wouldn't we, earlier on in the day?
That was like Max.
Yeah, we have got a Max in this one as well. Not sure if he's bad. He's in the Scottish Championship, but that's Toby Broom in the number 2 Mater. James Newbury normally racing that car solo, but coming in as a team car for this year. There's Connor Mills in the number 19 looking to make some inroads, and I think that was Robert Barrable that he was about to have a dice with, the Irish driver, the World Rally Championship driver. The Andy Bird from Ollie Schlupp. Nathan Anthony having a strong third here. Fourth position is Dan Pooley, and coming up on the inside now is Robert Barrable. So Robert Barrable in the yellow and blue car coming through and having a go at Dan Pooley, and behind them I think it's Jamie Moylan.
Wow.
And then Will Gibson in green and white.
Is Barrable going to be in the top 3 by the end of this lap?
Very possible. The Irish lads are as quick as our quick lads for sure. As Schlupp comes through in the lead, Ollie Schlupp leads, so he's got that from Andy Bird. Not necessarily a bad thing. You might want to time a Legends race to maybe go on to or take the lead on the last lap. And Andy, you can see, doing a little bit of bump drafting. Barely see the car behind the number 9 machine. Battle on for third place. Barrable up into third now. Then it's Jamie Moylan. Will Gibson going around the outside of Nathan Anthony. Gibson in the Autos car now, a white and green livery. Lots of gravel all over the track. That could upset a few cars. Newcomers behaving themselves well. Jonah Giles made up some positions from the back as well, which is good in his first Legends meeting too. But all looking good at the moment.
That's it. They don't mess around early doors, do they? They just get on with it. Great start though, wasn't it? Bird was well in there. didn't get the best of starts, but seemed to break a bit later than everyone else. But then there was a kick-off in the middle of the pack, and that was so fortunate that not everybody got involved. I mean, it was enough cars that did get involved, but I think it was just a little bit of rotation, wasn't it? There was a lot of lockups, and then you just see an exit stage left from the number 68, which was Bridgman.
Nick Bridgman, yeah.
Yeah. And he took a lot of people with him, to be fair.
Yeah, Tyler Reid, the red car, was one that's fairly major casualty out of that as Barrable comes down the inside. Barrable grabs the lead. Bird back into second place. Ollie Schlupp down into third place. Barrable gave notice of intent last year, did the 3 touring car support meetings, which constituted the Elite Cup. That's bad news for Dylan Woodcock. He'll have to have his head shaved now after the comments for his film doubling that he'll have to do. Poor old Dylan. Shame to see him out. Hopefully the car is safe. But Barrable out front. Keep your eyes on the white 44. Jamie Moylan has really not upset the apple cart this weekend, but it was an unknown quantity. Very quick young Irish lad coming into the championship. First time he's raced here, and he's been on the podium 2 out of 3 races. He got punted off in the other one, and he probably would have been on the podium on that one.
Yeah,
quick young lad.
Yeah, very quick. I watched, as I say, on Saturday, and there was a few people that was stand out. But look at this bump drafting that's going on. This is proper stuff now. Angry Bird is in the back of Barrable, and look at the rest of them. Proper stuff. Come on.
Moylan's up the inside into third, so we've got the Irish lads first and third at the moment, with Andy Bird in between. Ollie Schlupp's coming back at Jamie Moylan. Of course, the thing is, for like Ollie Schlupp, he's not raced against Jamie before, so you do build the trust with drivers. You know how they're going to do things and what they're going to do. And Will Gibson, the reigning champion, just reigning overall champion, keeping a watching brief at the moment in green, or is he going to make a move? He's come through very quickly indeed. And then down behind them, we've got, I think, Stephen Traherne and Connor Mills.
This is a good old race, this, isn't it? Look at Bird now. He's having to come back again. It's like up and down, isn't it? He's right in the back. The bump draft is something I thought wasn't allowed.
They banned it for Knockhill last year with some concerns, but that was a one-off. And I actually enjoyed the results of the racing at Knockhill on the whole. I thought it sort of enabled drivers at the front to get more of a run at the front. But when you're Dylan Woodcock's car just being recovered,
let's just hope everybody calms it down, because they're coming at them now at a high speed, and that's up at McLean. So, as I say, this circuit is licensed to recover live cars under yellow. The yellows are there. The yellows are there. The drivers will see that, and they have backed off. You can still see it. I mean, look how quick they've done that. Kudos to them.
Superb stuff. Great recovery. Great work all day by the Donington Park team, as we get Barrable still out front from Moylan. Jamie Moylan will tell you he was the top point scorer in the Scottish Championship. Was it 2 years back when he came in? But lost out on drop scores. Not many drivers lose that.
Oh my word.
Is that Harry Mussell in the 28? It is Harry, isn't it? Yeah.
He was lucky then. He didn't. He nearly got hit. Well, look at this. Bird's again involved in this. This is like 3 or 4 or 5 abreast trying to go into the chicane.
Barrable's broken the toe, so the trick here is that Moylan will want to work with Will Gibson, maybe Andy Bird and Ollie Schlupp behind as well, to try and close up. Moylan thinks, stuff that, have a look at the inside, hasn't got the momentum to go through. Bird gets closer to him, but it's Will Gibson in second place, got the win in race 3 yesterday. Andy Bird won race 1, Jack Parker won race 2. Where is Parker in this one? He's down in 11th. He's normally in the lead by lap 1 from the back, Jack Parker. Yeah,
I tell you, you're dead right though. Look at Barrable's gone, and if they don't work together, which they're not, they're side by side there, aren't they? They should be just line astern. So, and Bird again, they've got to really just be bump drafting and hope they can get into the back of him. And yeah, Bird will be fuming. He'll be like, we need to get up with him. Oh, they're closing again, aren't they?
They are. Yeah, it's very difficult to break the toe. We often talk about an un-Legends-like gap, and at the moment I don't think we've got that. And Gibson, who literally takes the car apart in his own garage, does every single nut and bolt over the winter, as many of the other teams do, before you jump on me back and say, we do it as well. But they do. The top guys spend so much time on their machines. As there's Jack Parker in the JLM number 4, trying to close in on Dan Poole at the moment. Dan's approved. Here comes Gibson. He's closed right up on Barrable, and this could be a championship battle between these two. Very great races in Legends cars. And it's Robert Barrable coming under pressure from Gibson.
This is it. Wow, look at the speed he's caught him. He's bump drafting. Look at them. Attached over the line. Is he going to jink left and then come right? Barrable don't trust him, does he? He's trying to cover it off. Love this. This will be cool down the Craners.
Yeah, Robert Barrable wants to hang on to the lead. Had many years of watching him racing in Formula Ford and the like, and he was an absolute star in Formula Ford at the very top level, and he's under pressure here from Gibson. The third, fourth and fifth trio still working with each other. Andy Bird in third. That's not a bad place to be, third position in the Legends Heat. Decent points. You need the points. You need to be podium, fourth, fifth in every race, and you can take a championship.
Yeah, and this is now getting tasty because Barable's got to make a decision. Is he going to make it really difficult for Gibson? Because look at this now, they're all over him. He is like fighting a losing battle. He's going to lose the lead in a minute, but it's going to be to 17 different cars that are trying to get it off him.
And watch the car at the back of this group. It's 19. It's Connor Mills, who, remember, overturned at Brands Hatch in the first round of the Elite Cup last year and won it on the last race. Is he going to do the similar thing here and come through? Gibson on the inside run is being bump drafted here by Andy Bird. Goes through into the lead. Gibson first, Bird second, Barrel down to third. Ollie Schlupp in fourth.
Brilliant. Loved that. That's proper Legends racing. That's what I was expecting, but Barable did look pretty good. But look at this now. Angry Bird wants a bit of this, doesn't he? He wants the win.
Moylan's dropped away from this battle, maybe just taking a little bit of a breather, can close in, still getting handy points. Schlupp's going to have a look at the outside of Barable, but it's Bird and Gibson. They're old friends actually off track as well, so they understand and know each other very well indeed. Barable coming back though, getting closer to Bird once again. Schlupp in the Case-Hill JLM car trying to close up as well. Let's see whether he can get close enough, or has Will Gibson timed this one well enough to take the win. Sometimes the front is too nervy a place to be in these short races.
Definitely, but we've definitely got some fast pedalers in this group of five. This is really good stuff. It's never gonna end like this. Look at Andy Bird now. He wants this, but it could be fourth place who wins this. Look at Schlupp.
Schlupp's coming up, isn't he? He's having a look at the outside, a little bit of bump drafting just to close up on Robert Barable. Barable gets closer, now Schlupp's just dropped away. Connor Mills is coming into the mix as well in the number 19 car, running a two-car team this weekend with Jay Najjar, I think might still be top rookie in this one. Eric Bolton's a rookie, he's actually ahead of Jay at the moment, looking back down the time screen, but back with our leaders, and it's Gibson still there under pressure from Andy Bird. With Barable. I would not put any money on any of them, to be honest, at the moment. I wouldn't know.
This is proper. I love this. Look at the speed that Gibson takes into that chicane and actually breaks away a little bit, but the draft that is caused by the four cars behind, look at them all on the white line defending. Oh, Andy Bird, that could be a move that he might get a switch back in, getting underneath him.
Oh, I'm not so sure whether he will, because he's got Barable to try and cover off as well. Will Gibson hangs on to it for the moment. Barable under pressure. Now look at Mills, he's up into fourth, challenging for third. This is the stealthy drive here from Connor Mills. He's got up into third place. Barable very nearly down into fifth, courtesy of Schlupp. He is, so Schlupp up into fourth. Here comes Andy Bird, though. He's going to have another nibble away at Will Gibson out front. The Camberley man is leading at the moment from the Wiltshire Colne-based driver, with Connor Mills, the Essex boy, in third place, and Mills could come up and mug them here. I said to watch that fifth car when they were in that group, and he's all over the back of them. He's got the least pressure, I think, at the moment of the three.
He's got to do it now. He's got to do it now. Mills can smell an opportunity, because once they're out of here, all he can do is bump draft and hope for the best to the chicane. It's the final lap, and this is going to be one of any three. Contact!
Here they come, out of Coppice. It's three cars for the lead at the moment. Ollie Schlupp is there as well. Connor Mills starts to make the move. He's going to look to the outside of Andy Bird. He can't quite do it. He's going to try again. He's going to try and get the inside for the second part of the chicane, but it's Gibson leading here. Gibson holds on. Bird in second position. Connor Mills is going to have to make a run to the flag for second position, but it's Will Gibson that takes the win. Side by side for second. Gibson does hold on. I thought I'd called it incorrectly for a moment there. What a finish. Gibson, Bird, Mills, Ollie Schlupp, Moylan in fifth position gets the better of Robert Barable. Did we lose Robert Barable? We've lost the 25 car. Luke Simmons spins around, clouts the barrier. Come on, Luke, get it going. The Mower Mate car back on track. Hopefully he'll save himself a few points here. Robert Barable, where did he? I think he's gone somewhere, isn't he, Robert? I don't see where he went. Peter Barable is the top of the two brothers in 10th place, with the recovering Tyler Reid ahead of him. Dan Pooley, another top 10 for Dan Pooley in the 32 car in 8th place. Nathan Anthony hanging on for 7th.
Oh, yeah, that was pretty tasty. Simmons, did he lose it on his own? It looks like, he's just gone on the power. Actually, it looks like he's got a little bit of fluid or something on that front left as he was going through the chicane. So I don't know whether the car was dropping fluid and he spun on his own water or oil, but Gibson, that, my friend, was